there. So we're going to be doing self-induced myofascial release for the upper trap, for the latissimus dorsi, for the teres major, and then the pectoralis major and minor. So first we're going to grab a massage ball. We're going to wedge it between ourselves and the wall, allowing those feet to kind of depict how much pressure we're putting on that ball. We're going to do the upper trap first. So we're going to be in this area here. We can wedge it between ourselves and the wall. And if we feel that there's too much pressure, we can just move our feet a little bit closer. What we're going to do right now is we're just going to roll left and right over that upper trap. Once you find a place where there is a nodule, a trigger point that needs to be released, we're going to hold it there for 30 seconds or so. Sometimes taking that opposite hand that you're working on and putting it on top here will help guide the ball and keep it in place. If you've done this for quite a while, you kind of know how to manipulate that ball a little bit better, so you don't have to hold that hand up top. So once we're kind of rolling that upper trap and even kind of getting higher, that's where that hand railing is needed. You can try and get to that levator scap, but doing trigger point closer to the spine will help release some of that trigger point of the levator scap. So upper trap and levator scap are going to be kind of similar in this space here. The next space that we're going to do is we're going to do the latissimus dorsi, which is coming from the back of the body down in this diamond shape. So we really kind of want to work on all of those tissues. We're going to place it, I like to kind of start right where that teres major is, so we'll do teres major and lats at the same time. Placing it where that teres major is, wedging it between yourself and the wall, and if you would like, taking that arm and putting it overhead, exposing that lat a little bit better. You can roll right where the armpit is and kind of start where that teres major is, slowly rolling back and forth, finding a trigger point, holding that trigger point for about 30 seconds. Once we hit that 30 seconds, kind of move into a different place. So I'm slowly going to let that ball drop down and rolling out even underneath that scapula to get that latissimus dorsi. Again, finding a place, holding for 30 seconds, and letting your feet depict how much pressure is there. As you get closer kind of to the spine where that lat comes, you can lower that arm and just finding some trigger points, holding for 30 seconds. You may like to go up and down along those fibers. The last one that we're going to do is going to be the pectoralis major and minor. So we're going to kind of come find that clavicle, run from the clavicle to the sternum, since that's where that hole attaches there. We're going to go from the sternum up that clavicle and right over to the bicipital groove, and again then back, and then kind of just rolling over, for women, rolling over the breast area and being a little cautious, but also making sure that we're having enough pressure there to release and do some trigger point. For women, it's going to be a little bit easier to do up towards the clavicle. For gentlemen, it's going to be, you can roll a little bit further down towards the nipple if you'd like. So we're going to wedge it between yourself and the wall. I'll do this side so you can kind of see. If you want to start on the side of the shoulder and rotate in, and then just go down that clavicle. Find a place where we need to do some trigger point. And then after 30 seconds, allowing it to release.